featuring a match with against Denisia versus Justin Locke.
Well, Justin has been playing for quite some time now, and he's quite a seasoned player, I might say. And he's running a team of Porygon 2, Garchomp, Snorlax, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, and Drifblim.
And Danny's team is Celestia, Mark, Porygon 2, Tapu Bulu, Arcanine, as well as Nihilego.
From as we are all quite familiar with Justin's team, it operates with the dribbling Tapu Fini and setting up the Misty Terrain and blocking the Misty Seed and setting up Tailwind to outspeed whatever that's necessary.
Right, it's also interesting to note that the Drifblim has Swagger, right? To help the Garchomp and the Snorlax setup.
Actually, almost all of Justin's Pokemon, besides the Tapu Fini, benefits from Swagger, as Porygon 2 does carry the return. Garchomp is a physical. Garchomp, Snorlax, and Arcanine are all physical attackers. Well, on Dennis team is quite interesting as he does carry the Tapu Bulu, which is not a very common Tapu to be carrying around because of being nerfed by Arcanines everywhere nowadays.
Right, so I think Dennis is running quite a common Tapu Bulu set of Grassem Z. Yeah, Grassem Z. And yeah, and the rest of his team is also rather standard, except for the Nihilego slot. We're not sure what item is he running. Could be Sash or Life Orb, I presume.
It might even be the Grassy Seed as Woofy Glick has actually used a Grassy Seed Nihilego to boost its defense to fight against things such as like Garchomp or even Arcanine for that matter, boosting its defense with the Grassy Seed.
Right, so I guess both teams seem really solid, and I guess both teams have a similarity, is that both of their teams revolve around a rather defensive core. So for Justin's side of the field, we have Snorlax and Porygon, while on Danny's side of the field, we have Porygon and Celesteela, with the help of, and both teams also have Arcanine to intimidate, to lower the attack of the opposing side of the field. So it's most probably a battle of attrition as we see which team can outlast each other, and it will be interesting to see how things will play out.
I will also say that Justin's Snorlax is under the track of knockoff from Mark for denying Snorlax of his Figgy Berry. And as the games is going to start now,
So see Dennis lead Nihilego and Tapu Bulu, while Justin will lead Tapu Fini and Snorlax. So I guess Dennis will have the lead matchup here, as both of his monsters threaten Tapu Fini. I guess the Grassem Z would knock out the Snorlax potentially. One. Not very sure on the Calcs and the EVs. Right.
Tapu Fini is also under the threat of the Nihilego with the Sludge Bomb, and Snorlax is under the threat of the Grassem Z from Tapu Bulu. Justin is not in a very comfortable position. Justin chooses to switch out the Tapu Fini for the Drifblim, and Snorlax takes a Sludge Bomb and a Horn Leech.
Right, a very good prediction by Dennis here, as we can see. He does predict that Justin will switch out defensively and decides to go to double onto the Snorlax slot. So we see Justin return with a high horsepower and managed to knock Nihilego down. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't pick up the KO, of course.
Justin right now can try to tailwind up possibly, or switch in the Tapu Fini to gain terrain control and to proc Drifblim's Misty Seed.
Well, it will be kind of a risky switch, I feel, in a sense. Well, we do see the Power Gem coming out from Nihilego, doing quite a bit of chunk onto the Drifblim. but Driplim does retaliate with a Shadow Ball, knocking out the Nihilego. So okay, so Tapu Bulu does reveal the Gracium Z, so we're gonna see a Bloom Doom, targeting most probably the Snorlax slot. This should be enough to pick up the KO, I presume.
Well, Justin losing Snorlax this early might not be very good for him in the long run, because as what you pointed out earlier, this might be a game which the opponent where who can outlast it longer. Yeah.
So Justin does decides to switch in his Tapu Fini right here, and at this point it's gonna proc the Misty Seed from that Driplim is holding. So Porygon 2 does get the download, and his attack raises.
Justin has the option here to thief away the Porygon 2's Eviolite and take away his defensive boost. But of course, the Tapu Fini is still under the threat of the Tapu Bulu's Wood Hammer from the Tapu Bulu.
So we'll see what Justin decides to do here. Dennis is definitely dictating the pace of the game here, as Tapu Bulu is still at full health and is rather healthy, I guess. So Justin does make a defensive switch into Arcanine to lower the attack on to Tapu Bulu. So Dennis does predict the switch and goes out to his own Arcanine. So I presume Justin will be going for the Thief right here.
Driplim Shadow Balls into the Arcanine and not choosing to thief away the Eviolite from Porygon 2, suspecting maybe the Trick Room coming out from the Porygon 2. However, it won't be enough to kill the Driplim, and Driplim does have the chance to thief away the Porygon 2's Eviolite now. Justin might also want to shuffle his Intimidate right now to switch out into Tapu Fini, and perhaps switch in Arcanine again later to nerf Porygon 2 and Arcanine's attack. Justin does switch out into the Tapu Fini here, and the opposing Arcanine protects.
So I think what Justin is trying to do here is that he might be trying to conserve the Arcanine here, as he knows that his win condition will be to get rid of the Tapu Bulu. So rather smart play made by Justin here. So the Porygon 2 does Trick Room right here, and Driplim does reveal the Thief to steal away the Porygon's Eviolite. So Porygon 2 will be slightly weaker, but we'll see how things will play out here, as it's still a rather bulky Pokemon.
This turn is also a guaranteed turn for Tapu Fini to fire a Muddy Water into both of Dennis' Pokemon, as Arcanine has already protected that turn, and Tapu Bulu will take the incoming Muddy Water now. Even though it is a resisted hit, Tapu Fini is still
has a chance to drop lower the accuracy.
and lower the accuracy and its choice specs. But Dennis opt to Toxic the Tapu Fini, putting it on the timer. But Justin does believe in the Thirst and Hydro Pumps into the Arcanine slot. However, Dennis read that and switching to Tapu Bulu to resist the hit.
Definitely the specs damage definitely showing here, as Tapu Bulu does take more than half from the Hydro Pump, even though it's resisted. I think the Tapu Bulu does underspeed the Tapu Fini under the Trick Room. So I'll presume that Justin might switch out into his Arcanine to take the potential Wood Hammer or Horn Leech from the Tapu Bulu, and we'll see what the Driplim goes for. So switches come out onto the Driplim slot. And Intimidate just proc, lowering the Tapu Bulu's attack by one stage. The Porygon 2 does Ice Beam onto the Driplim slot, not doing insignificant damage, and goes for the Horn Leech, does it, and it survives.
That means Justin has a chance to hit Hydro Pump again. Will Justin be lucky enough to hit a Hydro Pump? again. Oh, but Hydro Pump misses. Looks like Justin is not as thirsty as he is in Malaysia.
Yeah, most definitely.
But right now, Justin does have the option to switch out the Tapu Fini into the Drifblim and reset the terrain. But Fini is already hanging on very little health and I think could potentially already lost the game at this point.
Right. I guess we'll probably see Justin be take this to game 2 as things are not looking too good on Justin's side of the field. With two of his mons at both at really low health. We'll see how Arcanine decides to fend off the Tapu Bulu. So Tapu Bulu does decide to protect, and the Porygon 2 toxics the Arcanine. So putting both of Justin's mon on a timer. So with Justin losing the Tapu Fini this turn, it'll be quite hard for him to deal with the Dennis's Arcanine. So we'll see how things play out from this point. But definitely, I can foresee that Dennis will be taking up this game.
Right now, Justin does have the option to Flare Blitz into the Tapu Bulu this turn as a combination attack from both Tapu Bulu and Porygon 2 won't be able to kill off the Arcanine. And Trick Room is going to be over soon for Dennis also, which is not very good for him, as that means he will lose the speed control he has over Justin. But right now he might also want to switch out into Arcanine to get the Intimidate off onto Justin's Arcanine to lower its attack.
Right, but I guess Dennis would make a defensive switch, as what Alan has mentioned, and he might Ice Beam, probably Ice Beam the Drifblim, and then just leave the Arcanine on the field. So let's see what he does. So yep, he just switched out the Bulu for the Arcanine, and yep, we do see the Ice Beam onto the Drifblim slot. So picks up the KO easily. So things are looking quite bad for Justin, as he only has the Arcanine left, plus the fact that he's on his poison. I don't think he can turn this around, right?
Porygon has the option to recover off the damage from Arcanine, and with Grassy Terrain's healing, Porygon is not going to be an easy target to get off the field. Dennis Arcanine also resists Justin Arcanine's fire attacks, which can also prove to be very difficult to take out at this point.
Right, I guess we'll be hoping that Justin might come back for in game 2, and we'll see how things will play out for Justin in the next game. But as for now, he decides to just finish this matchup by I guess Flare Blade, just trying to like stall out the poison in a sense, I guess. So Dennis's Arcanine does reveal Morning Sun, which is a rather interesting move, as we don't really see Morning Sun on Arcanine that often nowadays. Most Arcanine variants do opt for an offensive set, so that's interesting for Justin to take note, I guess.
However, it does make sense for this team to run Morning Sun, because this team aims to stall out their opponents by Toxic stalling and healing from the Grassy Terrain. And Morning Sun will ensure Arcanine to survive longer on the field, and which let Toxic does its job. Right now, Justin chose to forfeit this game 1 with this information that he knows now. How will he adapt during game 2?
Dennis definitely had Justin pinned for this match, with locking him down with Toxic. Oh, you're off the mic. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay.
Can you talk to me?
Oh.
Now opting to go into game 2, Justin might actually want to try. Maybe he might want to try with a more offensive lead this time with Arcanine, or perhaps just go Trick Room mode with with Porygon 2 and Snorlax here.
I do think the Garchomp for this matchup is really beneficial for Justin, yeah, in this case.
I feel that Arcanine is also a very pivotal point because of because Arcanine can plow through Dennis's Double Bulu, Mark and Celesteela. And right now we'll be proceeding into the second set of our round 6 of our Singapore Open. Dennis chose to lead with the same lead in game 1 with Double Bulu and Nihilego, while Justin switched up to Snorlax and Arcanine.
So Dennis Lee does offer a lot of offensive presence, as he does threaten Justin a lot, but Justin decides to lead for more defensive lead now, with the no offensive lead. Yeah. So the Snorlax from Justin's side of field will be able to threaten an Nihilego with the high horsepower.
Arcanine can also threaten Double Bulu with the Flabébé or the Ferrium Z. However, Justin chooses to switch out into Tapu Fini to get the terrain control. While this play might seem fine, as it will reduce the damage of but Dennis chooses to substitute instead, and the high horsepower will go into the Nihilego. Right now, Justin is not in a very comfortable position because Justin is not in a very comfortable position because Tapu Fini is threatened by both the Nihilego and the Tapu Bulu. While Snorlax can take out the Nihilego, however, Tapu Bulu is sitting safely behind a sub.
Right, so things definitely not looking bright for Justin, as he needs to find a way to break the sub, or else the Tapu Bulu might potentially threaten his whole team.
However, Justin switching to the Arcanine, wanting to intimidate the Tapu Bulu, but is sitting behind a substitute which will deny him of the -1. Dennis chooses to Bloom Doom right now, perhaps into the Tapu Fini slot, trying to pick off the easy KO onto Tapu Fini. However, Dennis does double target into the Snorlax, and will Snorlax be able to survive this? Snorlax survives and heals back with the Figgy Berry and returns into the Tapu Bulu slot and breaking a sub. Arcanine right now has the option to Flabébé into Tapu Bulu, and I'm quite confident that Arcanine can survive a Power Gem from Nihilego because this Nihilego might be a more defensive oriented one. Tapu Bulu is not in a very comfortable position, and Dennis might actually opt to switch out into the Arcanine to get off the -1 onto the Arcanine and the Snorlax on Justin's side of the field.
So if I were Justin, I would try to probably target down the Nihilego. I'm not sure if Justin has extreme speed revealed on his. Oh, so I guess Justin might go for the extreme speed onto the Nihilego to, I guess, knock it out, because it does threaten the Arcanine severely. So the Nihilego goes for the protect to scout out what Justin goes for. Justin also goes for the protect. So Snorlax goes for a return. Okay, so I guess Justin does want to play it safely from this point, as he doesn't want to risk Arcanine taking damage. That's why he uses the Snorlax to go for a return onto Nihilego.
Right now, Justin is able to actually split into Nihilego slot, picking off a easy KO. While Snorlax can actually choose to go for the recycle to get back his Figgy Berry to outstall Dennis. But then he chose to switch out into Tapu Bulu, getting back the terrain control. which and perhaps the healing onto his Tapu Bulu and the damage onto his Arcanine. But Justin predicts that and switch out into Tapu Fini, resetting the terrain, denying Dennis of his grassy terrain. Then, however, Dennis whips into the Snorlax, but is saved from the Mystic terrain. And right now, Dennis is not in a very comfortable position because the Arcanine is threatened by the Tapu Fini. However, Justin is also threatened by the Tapu Bulu, which Justin can easily switch out into Arcanine to get the Intimidate of both Tapu Bulu and Arcanine.
So I guess this is a battle of Trisha as we see which player can actually, like, I guess in a sense out-predict one another. So Dennis just go for the Celesteela switch in as Justin switches out, sending out the Arcanine to get the Intimidate off. So I guess the Tapu Bulu would go for a substitute now, predicting that, or he actually just go for the Horn Leech onto the Arcanine slot. So doing minuscule damage and just healing back for some amount. So Snorlax does return, probably not going to do too much. Yep. So I guess Justin has the option to go for the offense here. He can either choose to Flare Blitz the Celesteela or the Tapu Bulu slot. But with Arcanine still alive on Dennis' side, I feel he has to be wary of the Intimidate switch in, as he might potentially, I guess, reduce the trap potential of Justin's Arcanine.
Dennis does switch out into the Arcanine, getting off the Intimidate onto the Arcanine and the Snorlax. Right now Snorlax is at -2 and it will do very little damage to both of Dennis' Pokemon. Oh, but Justin does reveal the Farium Z, the Inferno Overdrive, and will go into the Celesteela slot. But unless maybe Justin thinks he's very smart and targets the Tapu Bulu because he wants to win control. As we see the Inferno Overdrive, it does go into the Celesteela. But at -1, will Celesteela be able to survive it? It doesn't! And Celesteela goes down to the Inferno Overdrive. Snorlax returns into the Arcanine and doing a fair bit of chip, I suppose, even at -2.
Right, so Arcanine doing its job, eliminating one of Dennis' defensive wall. And with the Nihilego at a rather low HP, Justin could opt to go for the Protect on Arcanine and target down the Nihilego this time around. As for Dennis, we'll see what he goes for. A potential play Dennis could make will be to actually just switch out the Nihilego, predict one of the either high horsepower return, and then just target down the Snorlax with their Arcanine.
Justin chose to switch out the Arcanine into the Tapu Fini. To reset it to set its attack back to neutral. Arcanine Flare Blitz into the Snorlax. However, it does proc the berry as Justin has recycled just now.
So I guess now that Justin can safely go for a Muddy Water, as I guess the Tapu Fini is rather bulky enough to take the Sludge Bomb from the Nihilego. So we'll see if Justin decides to go for the offense or rather a more safer play, which would be to protect the Fini and KO the Nihilego with the Snorlax.
Dennis does withdraws the Nihilego, knowing that it is his way, one of the ways to KO Justin's Tapu Fini. However, Arcanine does Wheel Whips into the Snorlax, which is already at -2. So nerfing Snorlax even more. And Tapu Fini just goes for the smacks Muddy Water, hitting both targets. Will it lower the Tapu Bulu's accuracy? It doesn't. Oh, it does! And now Dennis gets a free switch into the Arcanine. What the hell? I couldn't see.
So hello. Okay. Yeah. So Justin definitely looking really good now because he should be able to just make a clean switch into Arcanine, lower the Tapu Bulu's attack, and then reset the terrain. Yeah. So I guess that would be the more optimal play for Justin to make here, I guess.
Even though Snorlax at -2 and burnt, I believe a high horsepower is enough to KO Nihilego at this health. Justin does switch out the Tapu Fini into the Arcanine to get the -1 off the Tapu Bulu and reset the terrain later on. Justin still have one more unrevealed Pokemon at the back, which I don't think Dennis will be able to find out as Snorlax will be able to clean up the game right now.
So now we'll see if Justin decides to review the extreme speed on the Arcanine right here. As the Nihilego could potentially threaten a KO onto Justin's Arcanine. Right. So I guess
at this point, Snorlax can actually switch out to reset itself of the -2 attack and get in Fini for the terrain reset. And Arcanine can pick off any one of Dennis' Pokemon, being the Nihilego or the Tapu Bulu. Nihilego has already protected the last turn, so Justin might actually... Oh, but Justin actually chooses to protect this turn and perhaps high horsepower into the Nihilego to ensure the KO before taking out Tapu Bulu with Arcanine.
right, so a rather safe play made by Justin here as he guarantees the knockout onto Nihilego without risking the potential KO on his own Arcanine. So at this point of time, Justin's Arcanine can easily Flare Blitz the Tapu Bulu for a KO, and I think that should be game.
Yes, Justin can just Flare Blitz into the Tapu Bulu and takes the Tapu Bulu out, bring it to a game 3 of the Singapore Open today. I feel that Dennis bringing Celesteela into this matchup wasn't a very optimal choice as long as Dennis can't take out the Arcanine on Justin's side of the field, none of his Pokemons are safe from Arcanine.
I think the mark would be more beneficial for Dennis in this case. As for Justin's last Pokemon, I do believe that it's the Garchomp, as he might predict the mark from Dennis's side of the field. So we will be moving on to game 3 soon. So what do you think of the tech choice of the Grassy Seed on Nihilego?
I feel that it's a very smart call as the defense boost really does benefit Nihilego, as it has been shown for the previous 2 games where Nihilego actually took the high horsepower from Snorlax, which normally Nihilego won't be able to take.
Right. So it was a rather interesting item choice, as I didn't believe that Nihilego could actually survive the high horsepower outside of grassy terrain with the +1 defense. So I guess that confirms my suspicion now that I guess Grassy Seed might be a superior item on Nihilego, I guess.
On this team, yes, but outside of that, it's unless the opponent has Tapu Bulu and the Tapu Bulu procs your Grassy Seed for you, I don't think your Grassy Seed is not gonna do anything for you, Brian. I think Dennis recognizes that the more reliable win condition here is to use Porygon 2 to Toxic Store out Justin's Justin's Pokemon, and to manage the terrains carefully and winning the terrain war.
Right, definitely. Justin team does prove to be significantly bulky, as we can see, as we have seen from the previous two games. Snorlax having the ability to store out by using the recycle Figgy Berry, and as well as the Porygon, which Justin hasn't really shown yet. So we do see the Nihilego and Arcanine lead from Dennis's side of the field as well. And for Justin's side of the field, we do see the Tapu Fini and Snorlax lead.
Right now, Justin does threaten the Arcanine with Muddy Water. However, Tapu Fini is also threatened by the Sludge Bomb and the potential Wild Charge from Arcanine. Snorlax still won't be able to KO Nihilego as it is -1 from the Intimidate from Arcanine. Or either that, Dennis can opt to switch out Nihilego into Tapu Bulu and Will Whips into the Snorlax just to get an attack nerf onto Snorlax.
Right, I think Dennis definitely has a lot of defensive options right here, as mentioned by Alan. And I think the optimal play for Dennis would be to actually will-o-wisp the Snorlax and switch out into the Tapu Bulu, right?
Justin might also opt to switch out the Tapu Fini into his own Arcanine just to get the attack nerf onto Dennis's Arcanine. And now we see that Dennis actually switches us into Porygon 2. Perhaps he wants to go for the trick room mode. Justin chose to switch out into his own Porygon 2 and getting a download boost of a +1 attack. Dennis chooses to protect, and we expect Justin to go for the Muddy Water.
Right, you mentioned how that Justin's Porygon does take in the return, right?
Yeah, Justin's Porygon does pack the return, and accuracy drops onto Dennis's Porygon too. Right now, Justin is in a very comfortable position because none of Dennis's Pokemon threatens the Tapu Fini, as a Wild Charge won't be able to take out the Tapu Fini. Porygon does have the +1 return and can safely return into the Arcanine slot, while Muddy Water can also go into the will take out the Arcanine.
Right, I think switching out the Tapu Fini for the Arcanine here would be really good for Justin, I guess, and Porygon 2 can go for either a return or something else, I guess, or Ice Beam in this case, if he does predict the Bulu switch in. Both would be beneficial to Justin's, I guess, side.
Dennis does switch out the Arcanine into the Nihilego, which means that Nihilego is going to take a Muddy Water. Oh, but Justin opts to switch out, predicting the Bulu switch in into the Arcanine. So Dennis reading into Justin's play and capitalizing off that. Porygon 2, Dock 6. It's May already. Please.
Right. So questionable play made by Dennis, as I'm not sure if he does recognize that Misty Terrain is up on the field, or he misclicked the switch on the Arcanine just now. Yeah, so he did let Justin get some free damage off of him. So yeah.
Justin right now can actually switch into Snorlax, switch out Arcanine into the Snorlax to freely take any attack from both Dennis's Pokemon. And if Justin goes for the Trick Room now, Justin will be in a very comfortable position with Snorlax being able to belly drum. Arcanine just come in and set Porygon 2's attack to neutral and Snorlax to -1. Nihilego sets up the substitute. Porygon 2 does goes for the Trick Room, and now Justin is able to go for the belly drum and high horsepower into Dennis's Arcanine or the Nihilego.
So Justin is sitting in a very dominant position right here, as he does have the speed control. So as Alan mentioned, Snorlax is free to go for a belly drum and potentially sweep Dennis's team from this point onwards. Porygon 2 at neutrals doesn't matter, as the Ice Beam can potentially break the Nihilego's substitute, I guess. That will be interesting to note. And with the Misty Terrain up, there's no chance of Arcanine being able to burn the Snorlax. So Justin is definitely in a very commanding position.
Well, if Justin had a heart rate and Ice Beam into the blue slot, perhaps. And Snorlax just does go for the belly drum, bring it to all the way to +5 attack. Oh sorry, +6 special, +6 attack, and Porygon 2 does go for the Ice Beam into the Nihilego slot, and Slash Bomb onto the Snorlax. And thanks to the Grassy Terrain, Snorlax will now heal back a bit of damage from a bit of health from Nihilego's Poison Jab. Slash Bomb.
So I guess a play Justin could have done would be to go for a return onto Nihilego, taking into account how low Nihilego's physical defense is. So Justin opting to knock out the Bulu first, rather smart choice by him, as it's the almost obvious choice for him to do so, as it does mean that his Tapu Fini will be able to spam Muddy Water without any threat now, bar the Nihilego on the field.
Right now, Justin is sitting in a very comfortable position with a +6 Snorlax and freely aggressive terrain and a almost full health Porygon. Snorlax can just go for the high horsepower onto either Nihilego or the Arcanine, or even return just to kill off the Nihilego. Then this brings in the Arcanine and lowers Snorlax attack to +5, and now Porygon 2 is at -2 attack.
I guess Justin might hard read the protect from Nihilego here and go for the return onto the Arcanine. Also, Arcanine decides to switch out for and let the Porygon 2 take the return. So I guess what Dennis is trying to do would be to cycle the Intimidate to make Snorlax lesser of a threat, I guess.
Now Justin chooses to high horsepower into the Arcanine, and Porygon 2 will Ice Beam into the Nihilego slot. But Justin still has 2 turns of Trick Room left, and can freely return into any of Dennis' slot. And with Nihilego already burned its protect, Justin can just high horsepower into return into the Nihilego slot, predicting the Arcanine switching.
But Dennis is in a really tight spot, as he needs to break the Snorlax before the Snorlax is able to sweep his entire team. So I presume that Porygon 2 might actually go for a desperate Toxic here to wither down the Snorlax and try to stall out the boost, but I guess it might seem rather futile now, as even though Dennis doesn't opt for that and goes on the Arcanine to lower the Snorlax attack even more. So Snorlax is currently sitting at +4 attack, but the high horsepower is gonna kill Nihilego, taking it down in one clean hit.
Dennis can't really recover from this position even, and Trick Room will run out this turn, which Justin can freely set up again if he wishes to. Dennis also don't really have a way to one-hit KO Justin's Snorlax, and Justin's Snorlax can just high horsepower into the Arcanine to pick up the KO, or return into the Porygon 2 to pick up the KO.
Right, I feel that Justin can reset the terrain now to prevent any Toxic Stall or Will-O-Wisp from coming out from either the Arcanine and Porygon slot, and that will allow Snorlax to cleanly get off a sweep, I guess. With two Pokemon left on Dennis' side of you, things are not looking bright for him.
Justin switches out the Porygon 2 into the Tapu Fini, as said by Brian, that to prevent the Porygon 2 from getting any more healing. Let me just go into the Snorlax, dealing a good chunk of damage, but not enough to kill the Snorlax. And Justin switched in the Misty Terrain to prevent the burn. So Snorlax goes for the return onto the Porygon 2, picking out a KO. And now it's just Arcanine against the world.
Right, so quite a clean game for Justin as he does pick up a 4-0, I guess, potentially a 4-0 game right here. So the Arcanine does go for the Flare Blitz. Let's see if it will be able to pick up the Snorlax in Desperation, and it doesn't. So this is a really clean game for Justin. As he even goes for the Hydro Pump for
more thirsty damage for Justin. And Justin convincingly take round 6 with a 2-1 record. And Justin might have a chance to top cut for day 2. A good set shown by both players today. And that will be it for the Pokemon Open, Singapore Open Swiss Day 1. And we'll see you tomorrow.